Hello my loves, I'm Sunny. Welcome back to my channel, and also a warm welcome back to my valley. I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm really excited to share with you how I started decorating the interior of Belle's library from her dream bundle. The in-game weather actually ended up matching the atmosphere I had in mind perfectly, and it just made everything feel a little more meant to be right from the start. So take a moment for yourself, get cozy, get comfortable, maybe grab your favorite drink or little snack, and then we'll head inside and I'll show you how everything unfolds and came together. So I decided to make this a bit of a community center, town hall kind of space, because this build is actually inspired by a memory from many years ago when my family and I visited Scotland. I was a kid back then, but I remember that it was lightly drizzling and my mom and I were walking through this small town right along a little creek set into this mossy stone canal. And at some point we came across a sign on a yard, something like book fair, walk-in, kind of, I don't know, something along those lines. So we decided to step inside the building and warm up for a bit. And this building turned out to be kind of like a town hall of some sort. And inside there were these two lovely elderly ladies behind a counter, and everything just felt so calm and warm and fuzzy and welcoming. There were books everywhere, and along with little handmade pieces of jewelry and pottery and things like that. And while my mom and I were browsing and looking around, they came over and asked if we'd like some tea or hot chocolate to warm up with some scones or maybe even some cake or pie. Now let me tell you, the hot chocolate we had there, it was actually just one of those sachets mixed with hot water, so nothing fancy at all. But in that moment, it was the best hot chocolate I had ever tasted. They even added these tiny mini marshmallows on top, and I had never had hot chocolate with marshmallows before at that point in my life, so it just felt a little bit special and magical in a way that I still remember. So that explains that I tried to capture this exact Scottish couthy feeling in this little build of mine. So for the tables I'm placing by the windows, I'm kind of setting them up as little window displays, so basically what you'd see when you look in from the outside. There's a mix of antique pieces and handmade things that are for sale, along with a fresh batch of pastries or sandwiches of the day, and then the newest books or some of the prettiest classics just laid out on display. Right now you are witnessing me here trying and struggling to get the placement and especially the feeling of the counter right, so not too polished but not too messy either, just something that feels like being cared for and taken care of. I did not want it to look too shop-like or overly styled, so I kept moving things around for quite a bit, adding a few smaller pieces, then taking some away again, just to find that middle ground where it feels used but still tidy enough to make sense. I also added this pan or heating or cooking plate from Ratatouille, because it kind of looks like one of those you'd use to make fresh crepes at little fairs like this, just to really hint at something being made right there. And of course there are fresh crepes being served there as well. And while I was decorating this, I kept feeling like something was missing. I kind of wish we had something like a little tip jar or even just a piggy bank to place here. It would have been such a small detail, but it adds that everyday lived-in feeling, especially for something like a community hall or a little fair setup like this. Also, I just had to place the hot chocolate with the marshmallows on the countertop because that was just a non-negotiable for me to do so. And here I added a few details and clutter, mostly like the cake stand or the cake display in the back of the counter and the coffee cart. I already liked how those sat together, but it still felt very unfinished. So I then moved on to add some plants and foliage to the room, and generally onto adding more shelves and filling them in, just trying to give the room a bit more depth and meaning. Funnily enough, it was actually this umbrella stand which I placed by the door that made the whole build suddenly click for me and fall into place and not feel staged anymore. This is a furniture item from the 101 Dalmatian line, and we got it through Scrooge's, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, out of everything, it was that simple, everyday kind of object that suddenly made the whole build make sense to me. Probably because it ties back to the weather, but also because it's just one of those little things you'd actually expect to see in a place like this. From there on, I moved to the seating, choosing the tables and chairs and figuring out where they should go. I didn't want it to lean too much into looking like a restaurant or a cafe, so I kept adjusting things a bit, spacing them out, trying to keep it more open and a little less structured. Something that feels more like the town hall or the community space I had in mind from my memory, like a place that could host a little book fair on a Sunday, together with a small cake sale. I then also added more light sources and more book-related clutter and a few rugs just to warm everything up a little and make it feel more lived in and homey. I also added a little reading nook as well, with a well-used and loved armchair and a footstool, just to have a quieter corner where you could sit down for a bit, maybe flip through a book and stay there longer than you had actually planned to. And towards the end, I added a few plants around the space just to bring in some color and make everything feel a bit more alive and balanced in that way. And once everything felt in place for me, I just took some moments to pause and take it all in. So I'll leave you with a final walkthrough of this little build. Feel free to just watch and relax. I really enjoyed spending this time with you today. If you did so as well, please kindly consider to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!